Sadnam Aloha. So this video is a Venus transmission, and it's about the solar eclipse portal that's happening right now from March 28th to March 30th, so this weekend. Okay, so we're going to go into just briefly, because I already did a video on the solar eclipse, so this is just to help you navigate this window of opportunity, right? This portal. So the big message is not to fear your power, divine feminines, and come out of hiding and drop the karmas, the karmics, right? These karmic relationships, they need to be dropped. So we're going to go over, these are the things we're going to cover in this transmission. I'll see how long it's going to take. But there's the Phoenix Fractal reading. There's 8 self-care rituals for the eclipse that I'll share. A Kundalini Yoga meditation, specifically for the solar eclipse. And then we'll go through the human design type messages. And then the twin flame eclipse message. And then close. So, what's this Phoenix Fractal? Well, that's like the soul tribe. And the fractal, like I said before, is 144,000 templates. And one of the templates is this, the Phoenix Fractal. So how do you know that you're on my fractal, right? Well, who's on the Phoenix Fractal here? Well, it's the Pluto and Scorpios. This is the indigo. They carry the indigo codes in the 1980s. That's when this term indigo started coming up. And this is the people with Pluto and Scorpio. So these are the people born, the women born between 1983 and 1995. And so not to exclude, it's not just these people. It's if you have major Scorpio in your chart or you deeply relate to my messages. Okay, so you, just briefly, I'll talk more about this Pluto and Scorpio generation, but you carry a deep soul memory of past lives as mystics, healers, and witches, the wise women. And you've been repeatedly burned, silenced, and betrayed in lifetimes of power misuse. So you're here. One of the purposes, one of your missions, is you're here to tear down the systems. You're here to tear down the old systems, and you're not here to try to fit into them. So you can feel everything, you see through everything, and trust almost nothing until it vibrates true, right? So you've got a truth BS detector. So you were told you were too much, you were too dark, you were too intense, too needy and demanding. You would have been called crazy. You would have been silenced, misunderstood. But actually, you're the soul surgeons of this timeline. And you're intuitive AF, right? You're very, very intuitive. You can count on this, but you've been gaslit. And so you don't trust your intuition. You talk yourself out of it. So the Phoenix codes are embedded in your body. So this is the 2027 solar plexus mutation that we're going through. And we're going through a whole new 400-year plus cycle. We're coming out of this cycle and we're moving into this cycle. And that happens in 2027. So you're born for this time. Right? So these codes are embedded in your body. So you need to be, you need to be in a frequency where your nervous system can relax and restore itself. And so this is where you feel held energetically to let go of your hardness, right? That hard shell that you've had to create. So no more shape shifting. Right? Pluto and Scorpios are very good at shape-shifting in order to survive. Right? So as a divine feminine, you long to soften and trust again and not to carry everything yourself and to be held. So there's just a few things. And then, of course, you like the sound of my voice and your body relaxes, right? When you're on this channel. So I'm your big brother, right? I'm an early indigo, so I've been on the path a little bit longer. So where you're striving to rise, I've been there and I've fallen, right? So I've anchored in part of this through the divine and through being forged through fire and shadow, that I've been able to anchor this energy to help you. Okay? So let's go back here. So we're going to go into the self-care rituals first. Okay? So this is a major weekend. So the solar eclipse, this is the solar eclipse chart that I went over in the my solar eclipse video, right? So the sun is moving from the 17 into the 21, and it's doing that the same day. Okay? And then on Sunday, which I find really interesting, at 12:57 exact to the minute, this is Hawaii Standard Time, Neptune moves into Aries. Now, is that something or not where it's the exact same time, right? 24 hours later. So Neptune has been in Pisces since 2011. So we're closing up a cycle. And Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. And then we're coming into Aries. So the last time Neptune was in Aries was in 1861. There's a lot going on there. So the Tuesday video that I'm going to drop, I'm going to talk more about this Neptune and Aries. So we're moving from Pisces, which is all about water, right? So the deep waters are draining, and we're moving into fire, right? Neptune and Aries is fire. So this, just briefly, is about letting go of the opinions of others. Everybody and his dog's grandmother has an opinion about how you should live your life, right? So it's letting go of the opinions. And where are you stopping yourself because of somebody's opinion of what you should or should not be doing? So to look at that. And then let's do some self-care stuff for the divine feminines, okay? So divine feminine, she knows how to love herself up. She knows how to love herself up. She doesn't need anybody to give her love, right? She's not looking outside of herself for love. She knows how to take care of herself. Okay, so you want to really be into self-care this weekend, right? So water rituals, you want to be by water. This is a solar eclipse, so you want to balance the polarity, right? Solar, it's fire. There's fire energy this weekend, big time. And remember what the eclipse is. You may say, well, Michael, nothing happened to me. Well, it ripples for 6 months. That's why it's so impactful, right? Because it's hitting the North Node, and that's your destiny. So water rituals, you want to be by water. So this is like take a salt bath with rose oil, anything that opens up your heart chakra, right? Place your hands on your navel and speak gently. I return to myself. I remember my rhythm, my divine rhythm. And then you can use warm castor oil or hot water bottle on the lower part of your belly. And this will help to soften your stored grief. We'll go into that. Why is that? And then sweat and purge and breathe. So, right, if you have access to an infrared sauna, or you can do breath of fire. This is a pranayama from Kundalini Yoga. Just Google it on YouTube and you'll find this, breath of fire. And this will help move the grief from your lungs, or movement, just movement to clear what's not yours, right? The Pluto and Scorpios take on a lot of stuff that's not theirs, and they're carrying it, and it's a huge burden that you need to let go of now. You want to cry if that's called for. You want to yell, you want to dance, you want to move that energy out. Whatever your body wants to do, you really want to honor that. And then release the good girl program, right? This good girl program that says, I have to hold it all together. It's like, let that go. And then number 3, say no. And this reclaims your yes. Say no. Cancel things that don't feel aligned for you this weekend. And don't explain, right? And practice saying, thank you for understanding. I need space. Thank you for understanding that I can't go to this event. I really need my space right now. And say yes to what your body can actually hold. What can I actually do? Where's the energy this weekend? And not what your mind thinks you should do. And then I got another slide too. And silence and listening to yourself. All right? It's time to go back within, Divine Feminine. So you want to spend at least an hour or more. I would say more if you can, with no phone on, right? No music, no stimulation, right? Just you. And you want to sit on the earth and you want to breathe into your belly, right? And ask, what does my body want me to know right now? Because your body, Divine Feminine, is where your wisdom is. This is where all these Phoenix codes are. They're in your body. You want to honor your ancestors, right? So light a candle for your mother or your grandmother or just your female lineage, right? Your maternal line. You want to write a love letter to the version of you that didn't get nurtured when you were a child. And that's also typical of Pluto and Scorpio. They didn't get what they needed, right, as a child. And you want to say out loud to yourself, I'm safe now, and I will not betray you again. You're speaking to your inner child. And then sensual sovereignty. So you want to oil your body up, right, with body oil, and you want to do it with reverence. And it's not for your partner. This is for your soul. This is just you and your soul. And then you want to look in the mirror and you want to speak love to your face, to your thighs, to all the soft parts of your body. And then place a crystal or a flower or even the Empress card at your altar if you've got tarot, right? Or you can do this internally. The Empress card in tarot represents the Divine Feminine. And then the Solar Eclipse offering. You can do that on Saturday or Sunday. And write down one belief, right? Or karmic loop that you're ready to release. You know, I'm really ready to release this people-pleasing that I have, right? This people-pleasing dynamic. I'm ready to release this. And then you want to burn it safely while whispering, I release this in honor of who I am becoming, right? And so the other thing is there's a solar eclipse Kundalini Yoga meditation with me. And I'll put the link in the information box. If you're on my newsletter, you already got the link. And this is, I shot this in 2012. And I have a little story below it's on my website. So click the link. And this is specifically for the solar plex. I recorded it on my birthday in 2012. So it's interesting, I'm doing a full circle here, okay? But it's a really powerful meditation. So you want to practice that too, okay? So let's go into the tarot for the Phoenix Fractal reading, right? So if you're on my Fractal, you're going to resonate with this. You got the Phoenix codes. Okay, so there we go there. And this is an overall reading for the Fractal, for the Divine Feminines on my Fractal. So this is the anchor card, which is the sun, right? So the sun is illuminating all of these shadowy patterns, right? And no one can hide from the sun. No one can hide from the sun, right? Shadows can't hide from the sun. They can't hide. So what is this saying? Like, let's start off here, right? Queen of Wands, Five of Wands in reverse, right? Queen of Wands is I'm all that in a bag of chips, right? Like, she knows her worth. She's magnetic. She's charismatic, right? She's easy, right, to say no. Saying no is not a problem for the Queen of Wands. She's no people pleaser. But there you've got the Five of Wands reversed. And what's that saying? It's saying that you fear your power, Divine Feminine. You fear your power. Because you got to go back to your last life, your past lives of being persecuted, being silenced, being killed, being burned at the stake. The show your power was dangerous. And this is what you're facing, is your past life karma, right? So there's an internal conflict within you because you're starting to remember, and the solar plexus or the solar eclipse is really activating this memory, right? So I have the 33.5 on my ascendant, and I'm all about memory, remembering past lives. It drives me crazy sometimes because I remember past lives with people and they don't remember at all. They look at at me like I'm insane, right? So it's like meeting people and they're in a coma, and I have all this memory of like, don't you remember we went to mystery schools together? And they're like in a coma, like, right, trying to be a normal sheep. It's frustrating. So that's the information I'm getting now. It's like, okay, it's time to start talking about this stuff, right? It's time to start activating people to remember because the past lives is really what's holding you back, Divine Feminine, right? So there's an internal conflict within here. So this is about shrinking that I talked about, right? With the Virgin archetype, shrinking yourself to fit into spaces that never deserved you, right? So avoiding conflict by dimming your flame, like I can't be too much. I got to be under the radar, right? Hiding behind roles, right? Silencing yourself, being polite, being nice, right? Being nice. So others wouldn't feel threatened. You don't reveal too much about yourself, right? But here we have the Five of Wands reverse fractal, but we've got the Queen of Wands. She's upright, so she's ready, right? So this is telling me that you're ready to claim your power. And you're probably feeling that, like, I can't do this anymore. I can't pretend that I'm happy. I can't pretend that I'm like everybody else, right? I can't pretend anymore. I feel like I need to bust out of this shell that I've been put in, right? This cage, what I talked about, this energetic cage that this world has put women in. I'm ready to bust out, right? So no more apologizing for who you are. And this just is saying it's not upright, so it's all internal. It's all about you. It's not about the outside. The outside isn't creating conflict for you. It's you. You're creating conflict for yourself. Right? So you're fighting the part of you that's afraid to be seen and visible, right? And this is your time. You've got the Phoenix codes. You're part of this great awakening. So it's time to stop hiding, right? And you're trying to make yourself understood by people that don't understand you, right? They don't understand you, and you're wasting your energy, right? Trying to make people understand who you are. They can't see you, right? And we'll go into it because you're in the wrong fractal. You're in the wrong fractal line, right? So here you are, Three of Cups reversed. That says you are in the wrong fractal, right? You're in the wrong people, whether that's your community, your partner. You're not where you're supposed to be because you're hiding. Nobody can find you that's on your fractal, right? Not yet anyway. So this is you're misunderstood by your sisters, right? Your sister friends, even your biological sisters. You're misunderstood by your partner. You're misunderstood by your community. And you're overlooked in the spaces that you do. People don't notice you. They don't really see the real you. They see the performance, they see the mask, but they don't really see you because you're hiding, right? You're hiding. So the world says for this solar eclipse, it's over. This dynamic of you hiding your power and staying small and just trying to move through the world under the radar and be comfortable, it's over. The world says it's over. This is major arcana. You've got no choice. This is over, this dynamic. So the cycle's closed, right? And the healing begins when you stop waiting to be invited into these groups that don't recognize you. They can't see you, right? So you no longer need their approval to claim your space, right? Can I come into this little, round hole? I'm a square, but I'll try to fit myself in this round hole. Will you let me? Let me? It's like, no, you got to take your space. You got to be the Queen of Wands, right? You take your space and you'll know if it's the right place for you or not, right? So this belonging begins in your body. You need to come into your body and trust your body. If your body is shrinking or you feel like I can't breathe in this space, I don't feel like I'm relaxed, my nervous system is like hyperactive, it's not your space, it's not your community. Your body is screaming where you're supposed to be, right? So I want you to listen to your body. Your body, Divine Feminine, has all the answers, right? That's where you want to go, not your mind, right? Into this past life dynamic that's over. It's over. You're in a new world now, right? The world card. So this isn't surface exile, like, oh, I feel like an outsider in the groups of people that I'm hanging out with, these friends and stuff, right? This goes even deeper, right? So this is karmic exile. This is karmic exile from your past lives. So this is loving people. This is karmic, loving people who couldn't handle you. They couldn't handle your growth. They couldn't handle your evolution, right? Your Pluto and Scorpio, the Phoenix, they right? They go through so many rebirths in one lifetime. They're going like 5, 6 incarnations in one lifetime. You are coded to go through great change and transformation. Well, the people that you've loved couldn't handle that. They can't handle that about you. They want you to stay the same. I want you to stay in this role. And it involves what you can do for me, duty, right? And this comes from your past lives. So this is staying loyal to the wrong fractal line, right? And you were burned for your truth in past lives. And you can still, like, even when I was coming into this transmission, it's like my lungs started to hurt all of a sudden. And you know what it is? It's the feeling of the smoke still in your lungs, right? From being burned, right? So just even tune into that with your lungs, right? That's still there. It's in your cells, right? But now the wheel is turning. The wheel is turning. So this also means the karmic contracts are dissolving. They're being ripped. And we'll go into more of this with Neptune and Aries, of these karmic contracts. So your higher self is stepping in. Your higher self is stepping in and saying, I'm done. I'm totally done with trying to convince people to see what I see. They do not see the world the same way as I do. Right? They don't understand the world as I do. Does it mean I'm crazy? No, it means you're in the wrong fractal, right? So you're not here to be the most awakened person in the room. Oh, it's like wherever I go, I'm the most awake. I'm the most conscious. You're not meant to do that. You're meant to be on your fractal line, and that means you're with equals that see the world like you do, right? That can match your depth. Okay, so this eclipse is collapsing the old contracts. It's freeing the Divine Feminine for trying to be medicine for people who refuse to heal, right? These people are not on your fractal. They don't want your healing medicine, right? Your fractal wants your healing medicine. So this is about, Three of Cups is more in the betrayal, because I'm sure you've gone through a lot of betrayal. And the world says, don't stay there. It's time to move on. And your real fractal, when you start stepping, it's like, yeah, I don't want this anymore. I want my soul tribe. I want to be with my fractal. Then your fractal energy, because we're all connected energetically, right? We can feel when someone on our fractal is starting to awaken and starting to move, right? The people on your fractal will be drawn to you and vice versa. So then look at what you got here. The Seven of Wands and the Knight of Cups reversed, right? So this is like fantasy. Here's my fantasy lover. Here's my fantasy karmic relationship here. So this is like Seven of Wands says you've been making a lot of excuses for this karmic relationship that you're in. You've been defending this fantasy, right? But now under the eclipse, right, and the sun like blazing down on this karmic relationship so you can see it in truth, these defenses are cracking. It's like, I'm not defending this relationship anymore. It's not real. The Knight of Cups, right? The Knight of Cups reversed, he's all talk, right? He does a really good talk, right? But when it comes down to the crunch, he's out. When things get real, right, which relationships do, and you want real and you want depth, Knight of Cups is gone. He's out of the room. He doesn't want to go deep. He doesn't want to do his inner work, right? He's in love with the idea of being in love, right? Which is all about words. And again, it's like, watch his actions. What is his actions communicating compared to his words? So the fantasy's breaking. You're waking up from the savior lover. Oh, here's my white knight. He's going to save me. He's the soulmate who is almost perfect. In the beginning, right? In the beginning, it was so great. I want to go back to the beginning. But this is karmic, and karmic energy burns. It burns away, right? So you're beginning to really see the truth. This could also be your twin flame that never chose you. This is the emotionally unavailable man that you feel responsible to heal. You feel like you have a duty to heal him. You do not. That's something in your mind, and that comes from your past lives. So this eclipse may feel like a heartbreak when you really see this in truth, because, you know, one of the greatest pains of being a human is what I thought was true is no longer true. I thought I would be with this person forever, and that we would do this and this and this, and that's no longer true. So there's a grief there, right? So you're not just grieving the end of a relationship, you're grieving the future, right? The what you thought would happen, right? So you're grieving not only that, the future, you're grieving the dream, but this is a fantasy, right? So you're no longer defending this fantasy. So remember, this isn't punishment, right? You're not losing love. It's like, oh, I'm losing love. No, you're losing the illusion that's keeping you from love. This karmic in your life is blocking true love from reaching you. This is an illusion, right? This is a mirror, and the mirror is to show you your wounding. But the karmic contract is over, right? This relationship is over. So he's not the king. He's a knight. You want a king. You're the queen as a divine feminine. You want a king of cups, upright. You don't want this Knight of Cups. This is the teenage boy. He's in love with the idea of being in love, right? And then you were in love with the projection. You projected on this fantasy, right? You were in love with the projection of him, not the truth of who he is, but now you're seeing it in truth. So you're ready for a reality that honors your power, like Queen of Wands, right? She wants a king. And so then we've got butterfly reversed, and this means you're in the cocoon, right? So it means you're in between timelines, right? You're not in this karmic timeline anymore, but you're not in the future timeline either. You're still in a cocoon phase for this eclipse. And so it's between who you were, because this is the old you, and who you're becoming. So butterfly reverse says, don't get out of the cocoon too soon, right? Let the eclipse energy do its work, and the old self will start to dissolve. Your old self that's connected to this karmic is dissolving because you're starting to wake up, right? You're starting to wake up out of the illusion that you've been in, right? It's time to rise as the phoenix. Okay? So big message about hiding, right? To come out of hiding and really to claim your power, divine feminines. Okay, so let's go. We're going to move into the twin flames. And so there's just 3 cards picked, right? So there's one card, the anchor card, and then the spirit animal card. So again, I shuffle. I say a prayer for my fractal. What do they need to know? And then, bless the cards and clean the energy. And then the cards just jump. They jump out. So those are the ones that are picked. So it really feels like the divine's picking them. It's not about my will. Okay. So let's look at twin flame here. And we've got the 6 of Cups reversed. 6 of Cups reversed. And then the King of Cups upright. And this is the anchor card. So this is you're not grieving a person, right? You're not grieving a person. You're grieving a past life. 6 of Cups is past lives. And this is the person you used to be, right? As twin flame divine feminine. So this is the person you used to be. That's who you're grieving. Because, relationships are mirrors. And if we go back to the fractal reading, if you're letting go of a karmic, that karmic mirror is going to mirror an old self, right? So this old self, you're grieving this old self that's dying too, that's connected to this relationship. You must notice that as a Pluto Scorpio, is that you're a shapeshifter, right? So there's this death of the relationship, but there's also the death of this self that was connected to this relationship. So you're grieving this old self. And especially if you've been hiding, right? If you've been hiding, the one that's hiding and not really claiming her power and her light, then there's a grieving, right? So it's like how I look at it and what I do is, because I've been through many, many transformations myself in this lifetime, is I honor that person that I used to be that got me to the place that I am now. It was a coping strategy, but then you outgrow it, right? It's like you outgrow this costume. You don't really need that identity anymore. So there can be like a real grieving of this old self. So 6 of Cups reverse says that you've been looking at love through a rear view mirror, through memory and nostalgia. So this is like longing for, the good old days when we first started dating, me and my karmic, right? And I felt like, we have such a deep soul connection, and right? And he's like my best friend, and right, all that nostalgia. And this is gone. You can't step in the same river twice, and karma burns. It's not long lasting. It burns. So there can be this nostalgia and looking at love through that. Why can't we be like that again? How can we make it like that again? You can't. The experience is gone. You've learned the lesson. That's what the world is saying here. So you're still energetically tethered to the past, right? And the secret, the key to letting this go is letting go of the self, this identity that was with this karmic. You're not that person anymore, right? It's a ghost. It's a ghost. So you're letting that go. So this is saying the past is like on a broken record, it's going over and over and over and over in your head. And so this is a karmic partner who mirrors an old emotional pattern from your childhood. This is like trauma bonding, right? Trauma bonding. So this karmic is reflecting and mirroring back an old childhood wound. So it could be abandonment, it could be low self-worth or neglect. You were neglected as a child, and then your karmic partner neglects you. He's not present for you. He's not emotionally present for you, whatever it is, right? But you're ready to let this go. And this goes back to previous lifetimes, right? This is not your first rodeo with this karmic. You've been on the karmic wheel with this guy, right? This karmic. Or it could be a twin flame too, if you're in separation from your twin flame. So the twin flame connection awakened your heart, but it hasn't anchored yet to earth, the earth plane. So to look at that too. But it's about letting go of the past. We have to be coming more into the present now moment. So the big question, the bullseye question for you, twin flame, is, am I still trying to hold on to the version of me that was left behind? You left that version of you behind long ago, but am I still holding on to that version of me? Right? So this old identity is connected to the karmic. And then we've got the King of Cups as the anchor, right? And this is your divine masculine. This is your divine feminine. This is your divine masculine. This is your counterpart, wherever he is in the world. Maybe you haven't even met him yet. But what is this saying? That your divine masculine is evolving, right? But you're chasing some boy, right? With this karmic, you're chasing a boy, and you've got a man waiting for you, a king. This is like the Knight of Cups reversed, right? This guy, Six of Cups reversed. So are you chasing the boy, or are you making space for the king, right? So you see, you've got to let go of this old self to be the queen so that you can meet your king. So this king represents your real counterpart energy, emotionally mature, steady, present, divine masculine is present, sovereign, and someone that can hold you in your depth, right? Hold you in your depth. So this is the energetic that you want as a queen, that the divine masculine can hold you in that depth, right? If you're in your Shakti chaos and you're expressing, the divine feminine has to express, the divine masculine can hold that space. He's not going to get triggered by you. He's not going to leave the room. He's going to be there, and that's what you want. Okay, but he can't reach you. King of Cups can't reach you if you're in ghost land, right? You're chasing ghosts, and that's this karmic relationship in the old you. So the message for you is to stop overgiving to emotionally unavailable men. And you're the healer. You're not the healer to them in this lifetime. You were in past lives, right? You were in past lives. That's why you feel this drive. I've got to heal them. It's like an obsession, compulsion. That's when you know it's karmic. So you're the mirror. They have to rise to meet, and they're not rising, right? So it's time to accept the truth. And so look, you've got the lion sideways, and this means that your power is paused. You're on pause here. Your heart is uncertain, you're not sure, and your instinct is muted. So this is showing you back to your body, right? Your body is bracing. It's not fully surrendered, right? Your body's not fully surrendered to the divine. You're not completely relaxed. And then you're not fully roaring either, right? The Queen of Pentacles energy. So you're torn between the urge to I just have to do everything myself. I have to just do it all myself. And then the desire to let go, surrender, and be held, right? Be held by this King of Cups energetically. So this back and forth. And remember, the divine feminine longs to soften and relax, like deep down. So your spine remembers, right? Your body remembers being burned and betrayed and misused in past lives. But now your divine feminine is whispering, it's time. It's time, divine feminine. It's time now to open your heart, right? It's time to soften, right? It's time to take off the armor in this hardness, right? So this is the twin flame message. And also, you don't need to fight to prove your worth, right? But you also need, with lion, so you don't have to fight to prove your worth, but you need to choose courage over comfort, because this karmic is offering a lot of comfort, and comfort means you don't grow. Doesn't mean, it means you don't do your soul purpose. You put it on pause for another lifetime. Maybe you'll do it next lifetime. So you need to have the courage, and that means cœur, right? That's French for heart. To have the heart, trust your heart. Trust your heart, not your mind right now. Okay. So it's really about, you're missing this version of yourself that gave everything away to be loved. She's gone. She is gone. She left the room, right? She's gone, but you're trying to keep her alive. So let the past dissolve. The King of Cups is waiting, but he doesn't live in the past. Your divine masculine does not live in the past. He lives in the future that you're scared to walk towards. You're afraid of this timeline. So the lion sideways says that your power is returning, but only if you stop expecting loss, right? Oh, I'm expecting it just not to work out, right? And you start walking as the queen. You want to start walking as a queen. Be that Queen of Wands now. Okay? So that's the twin flames, and then let's go for the MGs. I'm going to mix it around here. So the manifesting generators got the Five of Swords reversed, and then the Strength card reversed. Oh, that's a bit of a mirror, eh, because of the lion. And then the spirit animal is the tiger. So what is this saying? That you're not here to win the argument. Manifesting generators are arguing, right? Arguing with Five of Swords. So you're not here to win any arguments. You're here to reclaim your energy. You're here to reclaim your energy this weekend and for the 6 months after. So the Five of Swords reverse says you've been caught in mental loops. It's swords, right? Overthinking conversations. Should have said that. Should have said that. Conflicts, betrayal, maybe with your karmic, right? Your karmic relationship, maybe with yourself that you've been fighting and arguing with your intellect. And remember, divine feminine, as soon as you go into the intellect, you're out of your power because you're out of your body. You're out of your body. All your power is in your body. So you've been trying to make sense of this pain that you're experiencing through logic, right? But the Strength reverse says this isn't a battle of the mind. It's not a mind battle. It's about you surrendering to the divine. It's about you surrendering to your divine self. So your nervous system is tired, right? Your nervous system is tired from being in fight or flight or freeze mode. And now your body is like screaming enough, right? So you may be having headaches and nausea and body pain. And that's the body saying, this is enough, right? You want to tune into your body. Is my nervous system activated when I'm with this person? How does my body feel when I'm in the presence of this person? How do I feel in this home that I share with this person? Your body's going to show you, right? So this is screaming like, this is too much. I'm like overstimulated. Your body's screaming to get out, right? Enough. And then the tiger comes in, powerful animal here. And the tiger is not here to charge and fight. The tiger is here to stalk. Is to stalk, right? So this is to watch, right? The tiger watches and waits and moves when it's correct. Doesn't bite the bait, right? With the intellect. It's just watching. It's about you conserving your energy, manifesting generators, right? And then I watch and I wait, and then I move. I move from spirit. I don't move from my ego and mind, right? I don't get trapped in this Five of Swords energy with someone else. So, and this is about, because you move fast, right? So this is the medicine for manifesting generators, is because just because you can move fast, which you can, doesn't mean that you should, right? So this is about really stopping, taking a pause. So Tiger says your power lives in precision, right? In focus. And your magnetism is strong when you hold your fire, right? When you hold in your energy, you're not leaking. Right? And you wait. So you don't have to prove you're right. Right? You don't need to argue with somebody to prove you're right. It's like let that other person argue. Like, drop the script. This is about your energy, manifesting generators. And you don't need to fix this karmic mess. This is a karmic mess that you're getting drawn into. It's not yours to fix. Right? So you have to stop feeding it and stop giving it energy. And Strength Reverse says pause, right? Pause and let your body come back into power, because your body is suffering because you're leaking your energy. So go back into your power before you take the next step. And this is to trust your presence, right? The divine feminine, when she's in her body, she's in her power. She doesn't need to say a thing. Her aura communicates, right? Truth. So it's like, trust your presence here. And move when it's time, right? And only then. So you want to take back your energy, take it back this weekend, and then choose your battles wisely. And be motivated. Okay, what am I motivated with this argument? Oh, I need to be right. Right? That's a total ego trip. Okay, so that's for the MGs. And then let's zip into the projectors here. Okay, and projectors have the Five of Cups. There's another Five of Cups. The Queen of Pentacles as the anchor, and then the cheetah reversed. Okay. So this is about unseen effort. It's about emotional depletion, right? Five of Cups. It's about the invitation to you to return to honoring yourself, okay? So you've been grieving what you gave to people, right? Who never really could see you. They never knew, they didn't even know how to receive it, your wisdom, your guidance. So you're grieving to what you gave to other people. So this is a deep soul sadness, right? This is like a grief of like lost time. I spent so much time on this person, so much energy. It was all one-sided. They took. I gave, right? And I exhausted myself. I energetically overextended myself. I gave way too much too soon, right? And this is what projectors do, right? They're just so excited to have, somebody that's somebody to guide, somebody to love, right? And they gave way too much too soon before they were recognized and invited, hoping to be recognized, right? So giving. Please recognize me. Please see me. Please validate me, right? But this card says you were never meant to give your sacred energy, right? Projectors have sacred energy. You were never meant to give that sacred energy to like a cup, right? An unworthy cup. You weren't meant to give that energy to an unworthy cup. Right? It's like trusting that the right people will see you. It's trusting that you're on the right fractal. When you're on the right fractal, the people are going to be, oh my God, I can't believe how wonderful you are. Right? So then we've got the Queen of Pentacles, and she's arriving as a mirror for you in this reading. She's arriving as a mirror of what you're reclaiming. And this is like, she's all good on her own. She's all good on her own, the Queen of Pentacles. She's able to nurture herself. She's whole unto herself. She's like, has self-care that's grounded. Those hot tips I gave you for the weekend, the 8 self-care things. Queen of Pentacles is all over that. She knows how to love herself up, right? Queen of Pentacles. And to take care of herself. And she's rooted and grounded. So she knows who to give to. Who can receive what I'm given? And who can't? I don't give to the people who can't receive me. I'm just wasting my energy that way, exhausting myself. There needs to be a flow, right? So the Queen doesn't chase. She does not chase, right? Other people. She doesn't chase other people. She's not checking up on them. She's not buying them gifts. She's not phoning them and texting them, right? She's not doing any of that. She doesn't chase anybody. She tends to her own garden, right? She tends to her own self, right? She invites from fullness, not emptiness. This is the 5 of Cups, right? This is like, I'm empty, right? I'm empty. I'm giving to take in a sense, right? It's like, I'm going to give, and then you're going to recognize me and validate me. So this is your healing now, projectors, right? Come back to what supports you. What supports you, not what depletes you. And ask yourself these questions this weekend. What supports me? What do I need to support myself? I'm not worried about other people. The 5 of Cups, right? All these people I supported and they never gave back to me. Now I'm turning it back to me. What do I need to support? What kind of support do I need? And how can I support myself right now? And just ask yourself the question and the answer will come up, right? Quite quickly. Maybe it's some time alone, right? And really need some time alone in silence so I can listen to myself. And then you got the cheetah, right? And the cheetah's fast. Now here it's reversed. So this is saying it's a warning to not push through the pain. I just want to move through this pain and be over with it, right? I want to get to the other side. I don't want to feel this anymore, this grief. And it's like, don't push through, let it unfold, right? Let this unfold. Or pushing others to prove your value, that you're valuable, like not waiting, not being patient, right? That's the opposite of cheetah, right? Cheetah reverse says you got to be patient and stop trying to prove your worth to other people. So your pace, cheetah reverse says your pace is sacred as a projector. And you don't have to keep up with everybody else. You just need to be authentic. That's all that's being called for right now, is that you're authentic. So this is, don't chase down, don't be cheetah hunting and chasing down the invitation. I'm going to make them invite me. If it kills me, I'm going to make them invite me. Right? This is, you don't need to hustle. You don't need to hustle and hassle. All you need to do is nurture your inner self. That's what the solar eclipse is saying. And remember, this life is a marathon run. It's not a sprint. It's not cheetah. Right? You don't have that energy that the generators and manifesting generators have. Okay. And let's go for the generators, speaking of which. Okay. And the generators have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse, the World, no, the Fool. The Fool, I almost said the World. The Fool, which is the 0 point. And then look, generators, you got the Phoenix card. So this is saying to stop holding on to something that's already gone. This is another, like, similar to the manifesting generator message. So this is, you've got a death grip on what once felt safe. So it could be a relationship, a role, an old version of yourself. But safety, I need to be saved, is not following your soul, right? This is like stuck in the material, and I've got to cling, cling, cling. So the divine is saying you can't hold on to the past while rising into the new world as the phoenix, right? The phoenix can't hold on to anything. It's like ashes, right? Burns, leaves behind the ashes, and then is resurrected from that place, right? You can't hold on to the past. You got to let go of the past. And look at her. She's clinging on to the purse, right? At her heart chakra. So this is completion, right? This is a total completion. It's about starting the new, right? It's about starting the new here. And so you can't start the new dragging your emotional baggage behind, right? There's no room for the U-Haul and all the baggage that you're carrying, right? You've got to let all that go and then take the fool's journey, which is like to trust and move into the unknown, because something is being reborn here. The phoenix, right? This is the you, the authentic you, right? You've got the codes. This is what's saying, is that you got the codes for this new cross of the sleeping phoenix. Right? So this is letting go of the old timeline. This is like new. It's 0. This is the start of the tarot, right? It's like a new journey for you. So it's to let go of the past. Okay. Okay. And then to don't be looking for something to be familiar. Well, I'm not going to trust it unless it's familiar and it comes from the past. This is totally new, generator. So you're stepping into the new. And so the phoenix is saying it's time for you to rise. It's time for you to come out of hiding that I talked about at the beginning of the video, right? But not through effort, through surrender. It's surrendering to your rebirth. It's allowing it to happen. So what's it saying is you've been doing it. You've been burning in secret. And now the fire becomes flight. So you want to stop trying to fix what your soul came to outgrow, right? This is stepping stones, very important for generators and your response, right? So this place that you've been in has been a stepping stone. Your soul's outgrown it, and now it's time to move on, right? So let the past identity, again, another message about your past identity, to let it turn to ash and let your full frequency, right, emerge. That's what this is saying. Okay, so you've been gripping too tightly, trying to preserve something your soul's already outgrown, right? So the cycle, it's time to begin a whole new cycle here. It's time to graduate, right? It's like, when you're in school, you move on, right? You go from grade 7 to 8, but you don't come back and you're in grade 7 for 10 years. You keep moving on. You're in Earth school. So that's what this solar eclipse is saying, right? To let go of the past, let go of this past and clinging, and really embrace this new, right? This new journey that you're being called towards, this future timeline. Okay, and then let's go for manifestors, and they got the Emperor reversed here, the 2 wands reversed, and then Dragonfly reversed. And so the manifestors, what this is saying here is you've been trying to build your kingdom, right? Your life through old blueprints, and it's not working for you anymore. So Emperor reversed, Emperor upright is the divine masculine, but when it's reversed, this is distorted masculine. So this would be like controlling, commanding, initiating from fear, right? Or completely withdrawing. So this is the old model of power, and this doesn't work for you anymore. It's old. You may have inherited this from your father. Well, I'm just going to please my father and what my father wants from me, right? It's an old masculine power thing, and it's old, and it's time for you to let this go. So the 2 wands reverse is saying that you've been stuck. You've been stuck between 2 timelines. You see the vision, but you're unsure how to act on it. And this can be soul level frustration, anger, right? With not self manifestors. So you don't want to rush the next step, right? It's not about moving. It's about realigning with yourself. So it's not about the external, like focused on the external and moving. It's about you aligning yourself with your power. And that means to go inside Divine Feminine, right? To align with your soul, with your Divine Feminine energy. So you're not blocked. You may think that you're blocked. You're being recalibrated. You're being placed in alignment with your power, your pure power. So Dragonfly Reverse says your intuition is totally online. Like your intuition is really communicating strong right now. But you must trust it, right? Because you're doubting. It's because it's reversed. So you're doubting what you're seeing. You're doubting your intuition right now. And so Dragonfly asks, can you see with your soul now? Right? Can you move from seeing, this is the 17, through your mind and your logic? Can you see from your soul now? Right? So this is about you reclaiming your control, right? You need to reclaim clarity. So you're not here to dominate. You're here to deliver a frequency as a manifestors, but it has to come from your truth and not your trauma. And this is your trauma here. So the Emperor reverse is collapsing for the solar eclipse, and the 2 of Wands is course correcting, right? The vision will start to come online with your intuition this weekend with the solar eclipse. So the Dragonfly reverse says, let the vision arise from your body, Divine Feminine, not from your will, but from your body. Let it emerge that way. So you want to release old models of power, and you want to trust your sacred sight, what you're seeing. And you only move when the divine within you says yes. So big messages, isn't there, for the fractal about going within. Okay. And are we on the reflectors already? Yeah, I believe so. So the reflectors who feel everything. The reflectors feel everything, and they often mistake the collective confusion with their own. So this message is about discernment. It's about taking a sacred pause. There we go, that echo of a message here. And trusting the whisper that's inside the noise. So you're observing everything with the 8 of Swords, right? You got the Page of Swords upright, 8 of Swords upright in the tarantula. So this is saying you're taking in so much information, right? The Page of Swords. You're taking in so much information, and you're trying to make sense of what you feel, especially in the eclipse portal. So this is just like frequencies. It's not just like you're on your phone scrolling. It's like you're taking in so much frequency. And the frequency is like of change right now. It's intense, this time that we're in, right? So you're trying to make sense of what you're feeling with your mind. But the 8 of Swords reveals a subtle prison, because you're feeling chaos out in the collective, right? And you're misinterpreting, you're mistaking this chaos as your own. Like, oh, this is my truth, I'm chaos. No, you're picking up on the collective. So what it's doing, it's fogging up your intuition, right? So the message here is that you are the mirror. There's the mirror. You're the mirror, but you're not the mess that you reflect as a reflector, right? So you're here to mirror back to others, reflect back to others, but you're the mirror, but you're not the mess that you're reflecting. That's not you. So that's the discernment. But your soul knows this, right? But your mind has been too loud with this Page of Swords for you to hear it. So Tarantula says, chill out. Tarantula says, chill out and take a sacred pause because you're at a crossroads, right? And it says you're on the edge of a new path, similar to the Regenerators, right? You're on the edge of a new path, but you must be still before you choose. So you're coming to a choice point, reflectors. And this isn't the moment to move. That's not the moment to move when you see this choice point. This is the moment to listen. Take a pause and listen to your inner self. So the tarantula walks slow, right? Grounded, wise, right? She only weaves her web when it's time, right? Again, it's not this rushing energy for all the types. So you want to wait until your truth comes from silence, like the moon, right? Not from survival and not from fear. So silence. So you've been trying to track too many frequencies that are coming at you. You're trying to make the eclipse make sense. But clarity won't come from outside you, right? It will rise when you stop asking questions and start listening to your body. Divine Feminine reflectors. Listen to your body. And the Page of Swords is the student, right? The student. And the Eight of Swords is the mirror trap. It's like getting caught in the mirror. So Tarantula says, slow down, get quiet, and feel what's true. And so you want to release what's not yours. You want to clear the noise. And you want to trust the path that speaks in silence, right? Okay, so that's what I've got for the transmission. And if you like this, be sure to like and subscribe if you're not subscribed to my channel. And I'll be dropping the Neptune Aries video that I'm excited about on Tuesday. And so Tuesdays and Fridays. What else do I want to say? I've been working on some things. I don't want to announce them too early, but readings. I'm really revamping the readings and offering more that are more like potent, right, for people and the needs. And I'm just tuning in and I'm listening to the needs of the fractal, and some other things. But I'll announce them, and it's on my newsletter. If you join my newsletter, it's free, and I put out a newsletter on Thursdays and Mondays. And it's kind of keeping you abreast of these transmissions. Okay, so do the self-care stuff and enjoy the weekend and really go within and have your journal and write down the insights that come, the insights in the dreams, right? They're very, very important. What happens in your karmic relationship is all about, I finally see. Right? Don't look away when the divine's showing you the truth about somebody and your dynamics. If it's dying, let it die, right? Let it die and keep moving forward because you're here for a great purpose, right? You've got the Phoenix codes. And I'll talk more about that on Tuesday. Okay, so take care, everybody, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Okay, Sat Nam Aloha.